And howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Unleavened Hangout. Yep. No pre-scheduling or announcement for this show. But we're just hanging out. I figured we could watch a couple of videos, maybe on how to make some unleavened bread. My favorite kind of unleavened bread. Tortillas. These tortillas have cheese. These tortillas have a little bit of queso upon them. And I'm sure somebody out there is going to say, that's unscriptural. Cheese is unscriptural. Your faith is constipated. Well, that may be. But so is yours. Whoever says that. Okay, let's take a look here. What am I doing? Oh, my goodness, that was loud. All right. That's very interesting. See if anybody pops into the chat. I don't know if they will or they won't. I'm going to go ahead and find a share screen here. Nope, not that one. This one. What? My face is way down there. Let's try this one. That's a little better. That is a wee bit better. A bit wetter. A bit wetter. So getting rolling on this. All kinds of videos here on making tortillas. I figured we could just roll through these. We'll start with this dude here, Nick DiGiovanni. It's not a very not a very tortilla sounding name there. But let's see what Nick has to say about making tortillas.
Let's make homemade tortillas.
What? Why are you muted, dude? That's weird. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's go here, go there. Does that help? Why are you muted, Essay? There we go.
2 cups flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. Once mixed, add 1/4 cup lard, drizzle in 2/3 cup warm water, and form a nice sticky dough. Flour your surface, then place on your dough and knead. Roll them into balls and cover for 30 minutes. Once they've had a nice nap, roll each tortilla as thin as possible. Then add to a hot, dry pan, and once bubbles form, wait a few more seconds, then flip. These tortillas will blow your mind. I gotta try this. I promise you can make these at home. Let's make homemade tortillas. These'll smack you in the face with flavor. Start in a bowl with 2 cups flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. Once mixed, add 1/4 cup lard, drizzle in 2/3 cup warm water, and form a nice sticky dough. Flour your surface, then place on your dough and knead. Roll them into balls and cover for 30 minutes. Once they've had a nice nap, roll each tortilla as thin as possible. Then add to a hot, dry pan, and once bubbles form, wait a few more seconds, then flip. These tortillas will blow your mind. I gotta try this. I promise you can make these at home.
Okay, Nick. I promise you this. 5 tortillas isn't enough. I guarantee you that. I have made dozens of tortillas in one sitting. Dozens, trying to keep up with demand. And the most I've ever made is about 4 dozen tortillas in one sitting. And those were barely enough to get us through the next day. Good stuff here. If you haven't seen this before, Marie Sharp's sweet habanero pepper sauce. It's like liquid jelly. Okay, let's go back. So that was Nick. Remember that guy? Nick DiGiovanni. Okay, now let's check this guy out. Homemade flour tortillas. He says, I know lard is used, but I love butter. Jose El Cook. Jose the Cook. All right, let's see what Jose has to say.
Make it from scratch. It tastes so much better anyways. The El Cook way of how to make tortillas. Fluffy, crispy, hot, way better than at the store. Gonna start off with 3 cups of all-purpose flour. No 2 cups, no 4 cups, 3, okay? I like to make a little well in the middle. And inside of this well, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of some regular salt, 1 1/4 teaspoon of some baking powder, to hot water about 105 degrees to our flour. Then you're gonna do...
We don't add baking powder. El Cuco is unaware of unleavened dough. So that would be some technical difficulties. Some delicious technical difficulties. Okay, Jose El Cook is who we were talking about. Don't add baking powder to your tortillas. Definitely don't add lard. Any of your unleavened bread. So let's look at cooking con Claudia. How does she do it?
1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and salt. So these are ingredients.
Baking powder. No, don't use baking powder. That's an abomination for tortillas. Okay. Look at this. Can't believe all these people using baking powder.
You know how easy it is to make flour tortillas? Now you can make quesadillas from scratch. 2 cups all-purpose flour, or 240 grams. 1 teaspoon kosher salt. 5 ounces very warm water. 2 tablespoons avocado oil. Until you get that consistency right there. Silky smooth.
So this is cooking with Shireen. Shireen knows what she's doing. Appears to be so far.
Just like that. Divide into 6 equal pieces. Form little balls. Cover your balls. Let them rest 15 minutes to relax the gluten. Cast iron skillet. Heat the skillet medium heat. Roll it out 8 inches. Add your tortilla. Cradle the heat so you don't burn them. When you see the bubbles just like that, time to flip. Flip. Cook medium to medium low heat about 30 to 45 seconds. Flip. Philadelphia. When you're ready to use them, reheat them on an open flame in a cast iron skillet on the grill or in the oven.
Yeah, that's all good. Oh, those delicious stuff.
You know, easy.
Good stuff. We're going to have to watch Shireen again. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Look at that. It's almost like everybody's on vacation or working. The only reason I'm here today is because this would be the first day of unleavened bread on the calendar that I'm using, that I'm abiding by. Okay. Let's go back to Miss Shireen here. Let's give her a thumbs up too.
Easy it is to make flour tortillas. Now you can make quesadillas from scratch. 2 cups all-purpose flour, or 240 grams. 1 teaspoon kosher salt. 5 ounces very warm water. 2 tablespoons avocado oil. Until you get that consistency right there.
Now it's kind of hard to tell. She says get that consistency right there. You want it soft and sticky, but not so sticky that it's still sticking to the sides of your mixing bowl. That is very difficult. It's a trial and error thing. Once you get it figured out, though, you're going to be giving thanks to God, because it's a wonderful thing. And that, let's not use the back button again.
Silky smooth. Just
Silky
like that.
smooth.
Divide into 6 equal pieces. Form like the balls. Cover your balls. Let them rest 15 minutes to relax the gluten. Cast iron skillet. Heat the skillet, medium heat. Roll it out 8 inches. Add your tortilla. Cradle the heat so you don't burn them. When you see the bubbles just like that, time to flip. Flip. Cook medium to medium low heat about 30 to 45 seconds. Flip. Philadelphia.
Now we can't reverse that.
When you're ready to
We'll
use
wait
them,
till we get
reheat
back
them
up
on
to
an
that point
open
again.
flame in a cast
But I
iron
wanna
skillet
show
on
you
the
this.
grill
It's
or
very
in the
important.
oven.
Oh, look at those. Yum.
You know how easy it is to make flour tortillas? Now you can make quesadillas from scratch.
Now she
2
doesn't
cups
comment on this,
all-purpose
but
flour,
she shows
or
it.
240 grams. 1 teaspoon kosher salt. 5 ounces very warm water. 2 tablespoons avocado oil. Until you get that consistency right there.
Now the oil, you can use olive oil, you can use avocado oil. As we've seen, you can use butter. Don't use lard. There's a lot of people that say you have to use lard, and they're wrong. They're incorrect. You can also use vegetable shortening, but we have issues with vegetable shortening now. So don't do that. Okay, that wasn't what I was going to point out, but here she goes. Let's go a little more.
Silky smooth, just like that. Divide into 6 equal pieces. Form like the balls. Cover your balls. Let them rest 15 minutes to relax the gluten. Cast
Coming.
iron skillet. Heat the skillet, medium heat. Roll it out.
Now she oils her skillet. It's strongly advised not to oil your skillet. Use a dry griddle or a dry skillet. It takes some work in getting used to also. Right? It's a balance. But like I said, it's trial and error. Takes some practice, takes some work.
8 inches. Add your tortilla. Cradle the heat so you don't burn them. When you see the bubbles just like that, time to flip. Flip. Cook medium to medium low heat about 30 to 45
Right
seconds.
here. Put your tortillas in a towel, like a clean dish towel, and that will do 2 things. It keeps them hot, and it keeps them from drying out. Right? She didn't say this. She just takes it for granted that you'll know that. But believe me, that's what you want to do. You want to do this towel trick. You'll see people sell these plastic tortilla warmers. It's basically a bowl with a lid.
Flip. Philadelphia.
Those are handy.
When you're ready to use them.
But you still need to put towels inside of them. So save your money. Just get the towels. And then after you're done eating these, that's funny. After you're done eating your tortillas, you want to put them in a Ziploc baggie like she has right there.
And reheat them on an open flame in a cast iron skillet on the grill or in the oven.
Yep. It works perfectly. And then look at this thing she's making here. That's some type of soft white cheese, some type of peppers or chilies, onions. Let's look at it when she cuts it. Look at that. Grilled onions. And then notice how she has heated the whole thing until it has that beautiful golden brown color that Mrs. Shireen knows what she's doing here. Very good.
You know
So
how
that's
easy it is to
cooking
make
with
flour
Shireen.
tortillas?
I'm talking too much. Very interesting. Right? We're on the last one of these that I made for today. Or not today, for this morning. This morning. Yep. We're going to be eating more, trust me. And when I say we, I mean at least me. The family will, I'm sure, as well. Oh my goodness. What a mess. All right. Do we need to look at some more of these? I think we do, huh? Let's see. Everybody know Rick Bayless? This guy? Mexico, one plate at a time on PBS. Let's see what he has to say.
You got to make these flour tortillas. We're going to start with flour here. This is an all-purpose flour. The second ingredient that we're going to work with is fresh rendered pork lard. Scoop all of this in, work this fat in.
Here,
the next thing that we...
Okay, Rick, that's why, you know, you can make a copyright claim on that if you want, but no way, dude. Stop with the lard. Stop with the lard. They didn't even use pigs in Mexico before the Spanish came. Now, these are corn tortillas. You can do these also. Totally different flavor. This is Via Cocina, right? The house kitchen.
Making your own corn tortillas is easier than you think. Add the instant corn masa flour into a large bowl, pour in water, and knead in between additions until fully hydrated and it comes together. Then knead for an additional 5 minutes. It should feel smooth, firm, and will not stick to your clean hands.
Now notice the difference in the consistency between that and the wheat flour tortillas, right? There's quite a bit of difference in the consistency. Again, it takes practice, a lot of practice. But even bad tortillas taste good.
Grab some dough, flatten into a disc, and place in between 2 plastic liners. Press as many times as needed to evenly flatten. Peel the plastic and in a backhanded sweeping motion, lay the tortilla flat on a hot comal. Let it cook until the edges turn a deeper color, about 20 to 25 seconds. Then flip. Let it cook for 20 to 30 seconds and flip one more time. Wait for the puff as it develops golden brown spots. Transfer inside the tortilla holder. Ensure they stay wrapped and
Remember what I said about putting the towel inside the tortilla holder?
covered. Also know you can find the printable directions on our website, villacocina.com.
There you go.
Making your own corn tortillas is easy.
So this is good. And what was that? Just corn flour and water, right? Corn flour, salt, and water.
Easier than you think. Add the instant corn masa flour into a large bowl, pour in water, and knead in between additions until fully hydrated and it comes together.
She doesn't even add salt.
Then knead.
It's because she's using the premixed corn flour, tortilla corn flour.
For an additional 5 minutes. It should feel smooth, firm, and will not stick to your clean hands. Grab some dough.
So if you got a bunch of dough sticking to your fingers and your knuckle hair, if your knuckle hair hasn't been pulled off by the dough, then that's the texture it should be.
Dough, flatten into a disc and place in between 2 plastic liners. Press as many times as needed to evenly flatten. Peel the plastic and in a backhanded sweeping motion, lay the tortilla flat on a hot comal. Let it cook until the edges turn a deeper color, about 20 to 25 seconds. Then flip. Let it cook for 20 to 30 seconds and flip one more time. Wait for the puff as it develops golden brown spots.
Now, even though that is a done tortilla, and it's the same way with the flour tortillas, you can use them like that in what people would often call raw, but it's not raw. It's already been cooked. You can eat it like that. It's just not crunchy yet, right?
Transfer inside the tortilla holder. Ensure they stay wrapped and covered. Also know you can find the printable directions on our website, villacocina.com.
And that is key. So that was Via Cocina. Via Cocina. Good stuff, Maynard. Very good stuff. So look at that. We already got 2 recipes for unleavened bread that we've covered and a couple of fakers. Right? It's my hot sauce. Nobody else eats it. Why? Probably because of the habanero. Nobody likes that. So, Very good stuff. Let's see, do we want one more? 3 ingredient flour tortillas. Let's see if this dude uses lard. This is Patrick Zainali.
Today we're making some homemade flour tortillas, and it's so easy to make. It only takes 3 ingredients. That is just so creamy and delicious. I could eat these by themselves. First, we want to mix together 4.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2.5 cups of heavy cream. Now we want to knead the dough for about 15 to 20 minutes until it becomes super soft. Then we want to cut the dough in 12 equal pieces and roll them up into small balls. Cover and let these sit for about 20 minutes.
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely place.
And there you have it, 3 ingredient flour tortillas. Today we're making some homemade.
Good stuff there. Heavy cream. Oh, yeah. Nice, moist tortillas. Good. Delicious. Okay, so that's that one. That's the YouTube. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, at any rate, there we go. That's a pretty good deal there. I hope this helps somebody out there that needs to know how to make some type of flatbread. We'll look at some other flatbread recipes. And here's the thing, though. Realistically, every culture across Earth has a recipe for tortillas. They just call it something else. But it's an unleavened bread. It's a flatbread. You know, these people that we saw that are putting, what was it, baking powder? Yeah, baking powder into their tortillas. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. You don't need that, right? It's better having that nice thin, translucent. Tell you what, if you can make your tortillas so thin that you can see light through them, that is huge. Massively huge. You can't beat it, honestly. Okay, well, I hope this helps somebody out there. This is how you do it. My recommendations on top of what we did see: use the towel to put your freshly baked tortillas, freshly made tortillas into, and keep them covered. It keeps them soft and pliable. And don't oil your skillet, your griddle, your pan, whatever you're baking them in, cooking them in. Cooking? Baking? I don't know. It's not an oven. They're delicious, though. Okay, everybody, have a blessed day. And if you're doing the unleavened bread observation right now, have a blessed day. Have a wonderful fest. Love you all. Bye.